July 6, 2022. Hope everybody out there is having a good day today. Start off by saying if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Some of you may have heard by now that Iran, Russia, and China are going to do war games in Venezuela sometime in August of this year. This right here is just eerily similar to, if you grew up in the 80s and you watch movies, you've all heard of Red Dawn. You've probably all seen it that watch these videos. It's eerily similar to everything that went on during that time. During that movie, the original Red Dawn, they came in on airplanes, not military airplanes. They come in on passenger airliners and special paratroopers and stuff like that. It's strange how a lot of stuff goes on like movies does. You got these three countries now that are going to do a war game in Venezuela. That's just very strange to me. Wasn't too long ago we was asking Venezuela for oil. Things are heating up everywhere. It's a show of power is what they're doing. That's why they're going to do it down there. We do it on a lot of countries' borders, to show power too. But this right now, it also makes you wonder, if the war is going so bad over there in Ukraine, how are they able to send more military out to do this training and stuff? It's something's not right with it. I've said it this whole time. Something's not right with all this. I've also told you all this stuff is pre-planned. It doesn't just happen on accident. You go back to the start of that war. They were sitting there on the border forever, or for a long time, and you kept hearing it was going to be the day the Olympics ended. Well, what it was they technically invaded, what we called invaded, during the UN meeting. That's when they launched their invasion, which technically they had the right to go into where they went in. They were told they could go into the Donbass region, and if they stepped outside of that region, then that would be considered an invasion, act of war, etc. And of course, they did. But now you've got Iran, China, and Russia doing war games together. Are you seeing what's setting up? Think back to World War II. If you studied anything about history, you had the Axis powers. Things are starting to shape up just like that. I've told you, you've got to remember that America stayed out of World War II for a very long time. We sat there on the sidelines. And it looks like what we're going to do now, but we are technically fighting this war. I've said it before, we're sending them money, and every piece of equipment they ask for, we send it to them. And I still firmly believe we've got CIA operatives and probably special forces already in country over there. That's just a firm belief I have. I may be wrong, but that's my opinion on it. You got Iran, you got China. Look at everything that's going on. China wants Taiwan back. We sanction China a little bit, but we're not going to fully sanction them because China could destroy us without firing a shot. I made a video called China Could Destroy the USA Without Firing a Shot. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. I'll put a link in the description to it. All China would have to do is just shut off all their exports to us. That's simple. That's all they'd have to do, and they would just cripple the American economy even worse than it is now. And people will say, well, why would they do that? That would hurt their economy too. They would just find another country to buy their stuff. It's pretty simple. Look at what when we started sanctioning Russia, it's going to cripple them. It's going to cripple them. No, Russia just moved here and there and moved their money around and kept going. That's how this works. And it's just strange to me that we got these three countries going to do a war game together. Every one of these countries are showing a show of power towards us because they know right now we're weak. America is weak. Whether you want to admit it or not, we're weak. They know we're weak. We got a weak leader. Now, I don't personally think they would do an invasion on the U.S. mainland. I believe if it ever did heat up to the point of us going to war with one of these countries, it would be a similar false flag event. Read back on the Gulf of Tonkin incident that brought us into the Vietnam War. Something like that could happen, especially with these war games. And we're going to have, more than likely, our Navy will be down in there watching it. They will be. All this is heating up, is what I'm saying. Our World War III is imminent. I mean, it's going to happen sooner than later, more than likely, the way it's looking. We're coming up in an election cycle. The economy's crap. Gas prices high, food prices high, food's starting to get more scarce again. We're going to have even more shortages come when the crop comes in from this growing season. We're going to see just how bad the shortages are. You know, and one way for a country to booster its economy is a war. It's been that way through history. A country that's having a bad economy, you know, everything's going bad, they'll start a war to try to boost the economy. But I've said before, this isn't the 1940s. You know, if we go to war, it's not going to be the boom years like the late 40s and all through the 50s we had here in America. This will be a war so they can start everything over. They're trying to crash our society right now. They've got to crash the economy to build it back, because it's so far gone they can't fix it, and they know that. And you got Democratic leaders in there now that are they're calling for violence in the streets. They're out here saying we need to get rid of the Supreme Court. They're just saying all kind of crazy stuff because they're not getting their way. Got an election cycle coming. A lot of people think this election's going to start fixing it. It's not. It's not going to fix it. Our next presidential election cycle is not going to fix it. I feel by the time we get into the next presidential election, we'll probably be at war with someone somewhere, or a major war's broke out and we're picking up the pieces. Guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you find it strange that Iran, China, and Russia is going to do war games together? I'm not sure if they've ever done them together before. They may have, but it's very strange to be doing it right now during all this that's going on. You know, it's a show of force is what it is. A simple thing. They're trying to show America how strong they are. Something's going to come big from this, and we know it is. I just keep prepping, keep preparing. If you think you're fully prepped, keep adding to it. If you're just beginning to prep, please get a little more urgency in what you're doing, because we're going to start seeing shortages again. Things are going to start getting more expensive again due to the shortages. And if you're still sitting on the fence, don't know what to do, I would highly suggest you start prepping. You need 3 things. You need food, water, shelter. You need a way to purify your water and a way to cook your food. That's what you need to sit down and start off with. Stay safe out there. You're not safe anywhere in America. If you're still watching, I'd like you to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers, you know, before the world does go completely kaput. But let me know what you think. Like or dislike this video. Comment below. Stay safe in America. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings. You're not safe anywhere in America anymore. And get out there and get prepared, because something big's coming.